Good morning, Aries. Thank you for joining me this morning. I'm just so overwhelmed with energy, it's crazy. But first off, welcome to Rainbow Tarot. I'm Kia, and this is only my 4th video here on YouTube. This morning I asked Spirit what sign I should read for, what collective, and Spirit said Aries, so Aries it is. The irony of it is, before I even sat down to do this reading, I got a text from my niece, who I hadn't heard from in some time, and I couldn't remember what her sign was, but in between our texts back and forth, and I was just asking Spirit, what sign, and when Aries dropped out, I was like, and I was like, wait, I think she's an Aries, but I'm not sure. So I asked her, and come to find out, she is an Aries, so perhaps there's something in this message that will even resonate with her. Again, this is a general reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. These messages may or may not resonate with you. If they do, wonderful. If not, that's okay too. Again, this is only my 3rd YouTube video, so I'm still working out the kinks and things of how the videos work and how everything comes together here. But Aries, there was an energy that I felt while I was there was an energy that I felt, Aries, that was almost overwhelming. Like, it went from a feeling of, at one point I felt like I almost wanted to cry, and then at another point it was just like this, almost a feeling of desolation, I want to say, of feeling alone or nervous or worried about something. And I felt it in my throat chakra. So it makes me wonder, Aries, if there's not, at least one of you out there that is nervous about speaking their truth. There could very well be a block here somewhere in the 3rd chakra for at least one of you. Again, if I didn't already mention, this is a timeless reading. There's not a specific timestamp on it. Also, apologies if you hear the traffic. I have the window open. So we have the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Swords that flipped out, which in a way confirms that energy that I was already feeling for you, Aries. But yes, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this reading is the time that you wanted to see it. The Empress here. Feminine energy. Does not have to be a female, of course. When I see the Empress, I think about the ultimate manifester. She's very spiritual. She's like Mother Earth as well. She's the nurturer. She provides, she builds, she creates. She takes that tiny bud and causes it to blossom into a beautiful flower. So, Aries, I'm just going to do a simple 3-card spread here. We will clarify if necessary, which with the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Swords here, I'm definitely going to be clarifying this for you. But let's get started and see where Spirit leads us. So to begin, we have the 10 of Swords. On this card, it's a whale. And the swords are in his belly. In the traditional Rider-Waite, if I'm not mistaken, the swords are in the back. This is pain. I believe that was possibly caused by someone you trust. Or a situation that you were possibly invested in. Because if you look and see how the whale is coming up out of the water, water is emotion. There was an ocean of emotion tied to this situation, and it caused you a lot of pain, a lot of sadness, because I felt the energy of sadness coming into the reading, like I said before. And this pain was caused by a conflict of some sort. There was a conflict here with the 5 of Swords coming up. And usually in 5 of Swords situations and energy, there's no set winner or loser. Or there's no one winner. There's no clear winner. It's more of things ended in an impasse. And it's like, it's a complicated situation where it just seems like no matter which way you go, you still get cut. Or like on this sword, no matter which way you go, you still get bitten by that snake. Because he's wrapped around all 5 swords. There's no, it just, to you it feels like there's no victor in this, is what I'm feeling. There just feels like there's no victor in this. The positive out of all of this, though, is that you're standing in your feminine power. And no, you do not have to be gender specific here. We all have aspects of ourselves that are masculine, and we all have aspects of ourselves that are feminine. But with the Empress here, it tells me that you're standing in your feminine power. You are standing in your intuition and what you believe. You want to manifest the life that you deserve, and you have the power to do it. Let's clarify this Ten of Swords, Aries, for you. Let's clarify this Ten of Swords. Why is the Ten of Swords here for Aries? Holy Spirit, why is the Ten of Swords here for Aries? Okay. Why is the Ten of Swords here for Aries? Okay. Why is the Ten of Swords? Queen of Cups. Okay. Knight of Swords. Okay. Spirit, why is the Knight of Swords here? What is the Knight of Swords bringing to the Queen of Cups? What is the Knight of Swords bringing or offering to the Queen of Cups? Empress. Again. Refocusing? I don't know why it doesn't want to focus on it. There we go. So the Empress again. So I just heard Mother. And again, the Empress can come across as, sorry about that, y'all. I'm gonna pause here for a second so you don't have to hear that. Hey guys, so sorry about that. The garbage truck came by and it was parked like right by the window, so there was just like no point in even trying to go any further with it. But let's pick up where we left off. So the Empress card had come up for you again. And what I believe, Aries, and again, this can go vice versa. The energy can go vice versa. It can be you, it can be the other person involved. But what I'm feeling right now, Aries, is that you are in this Queen of Cups energy. Very in your emotion right now, which isn't a bad thing. The Queen of Cups, if you noticed, her cup is closed. It's not open. I feel like there are emotions and feelings and things that you were holding tight to within that you kept closed away in this lidded cup. And then after the Queen came out, we had the Knight of Swords. And the swords to me are often about communication of some form, truth in some form. I do not know why this is not wanting to. But yes. So the Knight of Swords, and what I believe about the Knight of Swords in this case, in this reading, is that the Knight of Swords came through to deliver a truth to the Empress, is what I feel. And the Empress can be a physical person. It could be your mother or a motherly figure. It could be the feminine side of yourself. But someone who is in this Empress energy. Because let's not forget, we still have the conflict here. And this conflict does not have to be with another person. This conflict can very well be within yourself. And with the Empress card coming after it, it could very well be you in conflict with this feminine side of yourself. Or what people want you to believe your feminine side is, or what you as a female have to portray. There's a conflict here. Because let me tell you something about the Empress. The Empress is who she is and is proud of who she is no matter what anyone else may say. She stands strong in herself and what she brings to the table and what she can provide and what she can manifest for herself and others. But I believe that this communication that traveled from you to this Empress energy, or from the Empress energy to you, Aries, caused a lot of pain within you, within the situation, or with the other person. Perhaps all three. But I'm going to clarify the Five of Swords here and see if I can get any more messages from Spirit in regards to what this Five of Swords is in regards to. Let's clarify this Five of Swords for Aries. Can I please clarify? Whoop. Please clarify this Five of Swords for Aries. Clarify this Five of Swords for Aries. Okay. Somebody's setting off on a new journey, following a new passion. Or there's a desire to do so. There's a desire to do so. But somebody is stuck looking in the past, or somebody feels as though there's been a loss. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the Five of Cups came up. Another five. And the Five of Cups is all about grieving a loss, dwelling on the past, dwelling on what you lost. Because he has the 3 spilled cups here, but completely ignoring the 2 full cups behind him. He's so focused on what went wrong, what was lost, what didn't work out for him. So busy grieving this and focused on this that he doesn't even realize that there's 2 full cups behind him. And again, this could go vice versa. It could very well be the other person involved in the situation, because I definitely believe that if this isn't strictly an internal conflict, this definitely has something to do with more than one person. I'm getting a heavy energy of a mother here too, for some of you. Either you are a mother or you have a mother that there was a conflict with. But this Page of Wands tells me that there's a spark within you, a passion, a desire to move forward into something that you're being called to. And it isn't anything major right now. It's still just a lit match. But I will say, if you don't act on it, that flame does eventually fizzle out, which is what I'm hearing. Now's the time to act and move on whatever this passion is that you feel. Whether it's a hobby, whether it's career, whether it's a relationship, this spark is here to be explored and pursued. Let me see if I can clarify the Page of Wands. See what this spark is. Page of Wands. Ooh. Another 5 card. That's 555. Definite change coming up for you here, Aries. So we have the 5 of coin here. That's the third 5 card to come out. Again, 555. Fives are typically related to change happening in your life in some way, shape, form, or fashion. This particular card talks about being left out in the cold, feeling like you missed out on something. But again, like with the 5 of Cups, you're so focused on being out in the cold or missing out on something or feeling like you were left out that you don't see that you have 5 coins in the window. But we also have the Queen of Swords and King of Queen of Coins and King of Swords here. The Queen of Swords energy that I'm feeling for you, Aries, is that of self-love. Now is the time for you to fall into a place of self-love and self-care. I feel like this conflict has you shook as far as your stability and who you are as a person. But Aries, I'm here to tell you that who you are is who you were meant to be, who you were put on this earth to be. And I know that can be difficult for you sometimes, Aries, to stand in your power, to stand in being grounded in who you are and loving yourself for who you are. Let's clarify the King of Swords here. Five of Wands. That is every 5 except for the major. I don't think I have the major arcana. I don't think I have the Hierophant here. However, that's every 5 in each suit has showed up here. Aries, you are definitely in a place of dramatic change in your life. You're going through changes internally, you're going through changes in the world around you. But also within the tarot, the fives represent conflict, loss, grief. Especially in the Five of Wands, it talks about conflict. And it came out to clarify the King of Swords. So there could be someone in your life that's in this King of Swords energy. Very rational in thought. Still loving, still sweet. The King of Swords to me balances out emotion and rationale very well. Not quite as cutthroat as the Queen of Swords, but he still comes from a place of the rational mind. And somebody who incorporates this energy of the King of Swords, you're in conflict with this person. Could be an air sign, does not have to be. It could just be someone who is in this King of Swords energy, Aries. But there's definitely a lot of conflict here, a lot of tug and pull. And I'm sorry that you even have to go through this, but when we go through things and changes like this, it's to make us stronger. There's always a lesson to be learned in it. And for someone out there, the overall message that I'm getting from this is that you were hurt by a conflict that you had with a mother or a motherly figure, or just a person who has a strong feminine energy. For the Empress to show up twice here. It's either that, like I said before, or this is internal and you're having some sort of internal conflict when it comes to accepting your own feminine energy, accepting who you are as a person, and not, I'm hearing gender norms. I definitely just heard gender norms. You are not defined by gender norms. You are who you are because that is who you were made to be. Don't let anyone in society, anyone try to tell you that who you are as a person is wrong, Aries, because they're wrong. Embrace your Empress energy for what it is. And don't let anyone try to tell you how to be your own Empress. So as I was shuffling, the Ace of Coin and the Ace of Wands popped out here. The Ace of Coin talks about a gift being given to you from the universe, something tangible, something great, something beautiful, something wonderful. The Ace of Wands talks about being given an opportunity to pursue a passion, your heart's desire. The universe is making this happen for you. 2 gifts here for you, Aries. This video is going a lot longer than I had anticipated for it, but I knew when I felt the energy this morning that this was definitely a story. And I'm trying to piece it together for you guys because I believe that there's definitely a specific message here for someone out there. Definitely a specific message for someone out there. What is this Ace of Coins that's coming in for Aries? Holy Spirit, what is this Ace of Coins that's coming in for Aries? What is this Ace of Coins that's coming in for Aries? The Nine of Cups. Beautiful. Wishes fulfilled. Your heart's desires. Whatever this is, Aries, the universe is bringing it to you. Whatever you've prayed for, it's coming. Everything you could possibly want and dream of, it's coming to you, Aries. It may not feel like it right now because you're in the midst of pain, because you're in the midst of conflict, but the universe isn't going to let you go empty-handed. You are covered. You are loved. And when I also see the Nine of Cups, I also think of, again, that self-love. You loving yourself for who you are and knowing that you bring a lot to the table. Okay, let's clarify this Ace of Wands. Why do we have this Ace of Wands here? Why's the Ace of Wands here for Aries? Spirit, why is the Ace of Wands here for Aries? Why's the Page of Swords? So, remember in the beginning of the reading where I said that I felt as though there was a blockage in the throat chakra? The Page of Swords has popped up, and I believe that the universe is offering you an opportunity, Aries, to speak your truth, to explore yourself more for who you are. I feel like this reading, a lot of it is about moving through this conflict and learning to love and accept yourself for who you are. Learning how to not just speak your truth, but also live your truth and what is true to you. It's time to take that first step into exploring and learning who you are, investigating, digging deeper within yourself. I am going to clarify the first Empress card that comes out to see if I can get any more confirmation on who this Empress is. Got another ace on the table here. Ace of Cups. All right, Aries. So this is going to be a bit loaded, so I'm just going to run through it really quickly because I feel like the answer is pretty, I'm not going to say simple, but pretty cut and dry here when it comes to this Empress. So currently right now, Aries, you stand at a crossroads, but the choice is yours, which path you go down. There is no right or wrong answer here, Aries. However, one path is going to be where your soul calls you, and the other path just feels like settling to me. But only you know which path to take. There's no wrong path. Not in this situation. But it rests in you. And I feel like with this Justice card, it's a reminder that you, because the Justice card is in reverse, and I feel like this is a reminder that you have not been being fair to yourself in what you deserve as a person and what you bring to the table. I believe that you sometimes put other people's opinions and needs and desires ahead of your own when you need to learn to sometimes put yourself first. And I believe that's why the Justice card is here in reverse, is because you have personally been being unfair to yourself and what you deserve, Aries. Next, the Ace of Cups came out, which is the third ace. We already have the Ace of Coin and the Ace of Wands here. But the Ace of Cups, I believe in this case, is referring to healing from God and Spirit, the universe, creator, source, whatever you subscribe to. This is healing being poured upon you. A reminder that you are not alone in this, Aries. That Spirit is here for you. And it's time for you to receive this healing, for you to fill this cup, for this cup to be filled. And while the universe can help wash you in it, you also have to be open to receiving it. And it's time for you to embrace your Empress, whatever that may be for you, Aries. Whatever your Empress is, it's time to embrace it and know that you are supported here. This isn't going to be easy. It's going to take work. It's going to take diligence. It's going to take rising and standing against the resistance, because everyone is not going to accept you for who you are, Aries. But those that do are the ones that you know are supposed to be in your life. Anyone that does not deserve to be there in the first place. So it's not going to be easy, but you have the strength to work through it. Six of Swords. Six of Swords talks about moving into calmer waters, leaving again what no longer serves you, leaving the negativity and being upset and the hurt and everything behind, casting off into the sunrise, into your new start, into your new beginning, into the new chapter of your life. This is you, Aries. And the last one, the Three of Cups. Celebrating, coming together with friends, being lighthearted, enjoying life for what it is. And it's not always about celebrating the big things. It's also about celebrating the small things. Just having the company and being in the company of those that you know accept you for who you are. That's what life is about. This was a bit of a long reading, Aries. I didn't expect it to be this long. But I believe the overall message here, through all the conflict and the hurt and the pain, is to accept yourself for who you are. No matter what that is. Shine in your Empress power. No matter what that may be or look like. Because we all have an Empress within us, just like we all have an Emperor side within us. You bring them to balance to form a whole you. But some of us lean more towards the Empress, where some of us lean more towards the Emperor energy. And what's coming through this morning for you, Aries, is the Empress energy. And don't let anyone tell you what's the right way to be an Empress, because only you can decide that for yourself. So, do not forget, the universe has beautiful things coming towards you, wishes fulfilled, opportunities for growth. And healing here is all for you, Aries. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a sacred reading card to end the reading for you here. Let's see what the final message is that we have from Spirit regarding this reading for you, Aries. What message do we have for Aries in this Spirit? What message do we have for Aries in this Spirit? Desire to change. Number 4, awakened spirit. Let's see, I don't know why it won't. There we go. Awakened spirit, desire to change. And like I mentioned earlier, there's 5s all through this reading. There's definitely a lot of change going on in your life right now. And unfortunately, change does not come easy, Aries. Unfortunately, a lot of times it is an uphill battle. But that's what strengthens us into bettering ourselves. So I'm going to read the message from the book for this card. So, awakened spirit, helping others, desire to change. An awakened spirit is much like Alice in Wonderland. Once you have traveled down the rabbit hole, you can never go back to what you knew before. You become forever changed by your new experience. New information and experiences will change you at your very core. You become enlightened with sacred connection, resulting in physical, spiritual, and emotional changes. You may be feeling lost and confused about your life, relationships, family, or social connections, including your employment. This is a time when making meaningful experiences is a priority, as you can no longer fathom wasting time on greedy, materialistic, or ego-based principles. The question of why comes to the forefront of almost every experience as you search for meaning and validity for your soul's experience here on earth. Seeing through the industrial machine of society, you become more aware of people's unhappiness and lack of passion, ethics, and integrity. At this moment, understanding who you are, the real you, beyond what you have been conditioned to believe by societal norms, family, school, or institutions, becomes a dominant feature in your life. Right now, your spirit seeks freedom, confined by restrictive interactions and outdated ideals. It's important to understand the connection between your physical body and your spiritual self. This deep connection is the soul's expanding awareness into seeing a broader and bigger picture in life. Health challenges can occur now as you go through this phase of spiritual improvement. Growing impatient with materialistic people, social media, and news programs continually highlight the world's imbalance of peace and harmony. Humanitarian efforts are supported now. Donating time, effort, and energy into community programs or groups and implementing healthy and greener alternatives into your life will bring you new opportunities, creating a supportive, healthier lifestyle. Affirmation: I am free to follow the call of my heart with purpose, with love, and with clarity. Absolutely beautiful reading, Aries. Again, this is all about accepting yourself for who you are, the you that is developing into your higher self, coming to terms with your higher self and who you truly are as a person. It's time to embrace that. So I thank you again, Aries, for watching this video. If this resonated with you at all, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share your story. I would love to hear it. If this reading helps just one person, then it is all worth it to me. So again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.